Hi, welcome back. Thanks for coming on the journey on the secrets of successful sales. And as we told you the last time, there really is no secrets to successful sales. But we'll go over some things, and by the end, I know that you are going to feel completely comfortable in any type of sales situation that you might find yourself in. But before we go on to some of these methods that I use on a daily and continual basis, I want to kind of get out of the way the one thing that always seems to plague people, whether they are in professional sales or they're coming into a sales situation from a non-professional sales arena, and that is the fear of rejection. It is amazing how much I get this. It's amazing. People talk to me about their fears of rejection, and they ask me how I overcome all of my fears of rejection. And it's interesting. I don't have the fear of rejection, and I don't remember a time that I ever had a fear of rejection. Let's step back to the beginning of life, basically. You as a child, probably one of your first words ever out of your mouth was the word no. It's a rejection word, no. If you have kids, what is one of the first words out of their mouths? It is the word no. Where did they get that word? Guess what? It was from us. It is from us, because that's how they learn to talk. And then as we continue to go on, we constantly are using the word no. But what I want to do is take that word no and take that word rejection and put it all in the right frame of where it needs to be, at least in sales. Word no is no, not right now. I don't need or want your product right now. Because when you think about sales, all we're doing in sales is meeting people's needs and wants. I go to the grocery store, I get sold a piece of meat because I want a piece of meat. I go to the bookstore, and I get sold a book because I think I want that type of book. It's all about meeting people's needs and wants. And if you are approaching somebody about your particular product at a time that they do not need or want that particular product, the answer from their mouth is going to be no. They probably won't then add, not at this time. All they'll do is say no, and that is the rejection part. My mentor, right off the gates, when I started in my sales career 20 years ago, sat down and we talked about the word rejection. And it's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of you asking the person to purchase the product at a time that they're not ready or able to buy that product. And that's all that is. And when you put it into context that way, then there's no more feeling bad about somebody saying no. So if you're doing an MLM or a top tier sales in somebody's company, and say you are selling vitamins or weight loss, well, you're marketing to people who, obviously either need the vitamins or need the weight loss. However, in their mind, they may not be ready to take the plunge to buy the product. So right then and there, they're going to say no. And you can't understand why, and what did you do wrong, and what can I do differently? 9 times out of 10, you didn't do anything wrong. You couldn't have done anything differently. It's just that at that time, at that place, they're not ready for your product. Where most salespeople fail at that point, first of all, is that they take that rejection and they take it personally. And they go, oh my gosh, the product stinks, I stink, I can't do this any longer. You couldn't be further from the truth. You can do it. Your products are probably exceptional. It's just that person wasn't ready to purchase now. The second thing that people tend to do, and why they're not as successful in sales as other people, is they take that no, and they take it for what it is, no, and then they never follow up with anybody ever again. Well, they said no, they don't want my product. No, that's not what they're saying. They're saying, I don't want your product right now. Now, I'm not saying badgering someone. I'm not saying call them back every single day or even every single week. What I am saying is devise a way that you can enter into their life, enter into a conversation, whether it's via a letter, a newsletter, a voicemail, an email, just saying, I'm still out here. I still have the products. If it's time for you to purchase the products, that's great. If you have a new take on a product, get it out to them. If there is a new press release on your product, get it out to them. It's more information, and that information that you're delivering at a different time, at a different day, may be exactly what they're looking for, and then that no, a month ago, 2 months ago, a year ago, will turn into a yes. It's all about the follow-up of those no's. But it's also all about not getting so down on yourself about those no's. The no's are not about you as a person. The no's probably isn't even about your particular product or service. It's about the timing of the delivery of that no. Remember, people buy, first of all, they like to buy from people that they like, trust, and know. But they also have a timing in their mind on when they are going to purchase particular products. And if that timing is not right, or if they don't feel like they have all the information that they need to make an educated decision, then that answer to you will more than likely be no. But all that means is no at that point, and no, you haven't given me enough information. And that's when you start providing additional information in an incredibly non-threatening way. Remember, in today's age, the pushy salesperson will never get the sale. The pushy salesperson is out. So, my advice is when you do get the no, take it for what it is. And then start your tickler file. And as you get additional information about your product or services, get it to the person. And then follow up with them saying, look, I sent you this new press release on the newest and greatest lotion, potion, whatever you might be selling. Do you have any interest in it? And the answers are either going to be yes or no. I can tell you, I have had sales from people that have said no to me many, many, many times. They call me back a month, 2 months, a year later, because guess what? They remembered me, they remembered the product, they held on to my number, and they were ready for the product or service that I presented to them at that time. They've got to be ready. So that's my take on rejection and no. Welcome no. They may give you the reason that they're telling you no. Take it, embrace it, and learn from it, but never take the no personally. And never think that no is forever, because I can tell you, 8 times out of 10, it is not. So, if you have any questions about rejection, the word no, or anything about sales, give me a shout. It's my passion. I love talking about this stuff. My cell number is 610-462-4772. Again, 610-462-4772. You can reach me via my web address. Call and find out who I am. It is www.jenniferlgilbert.com, and MySpace address is myspace.com/Jennifer L. Gilbert. Look forward to seeing you on the next video, and please take care.